Mr. Chair, we're now live.
Good evening and welcome to the Town of Ajax Committee of Adjustment meeting for May 27th, 2020. This meeting of the Committee of Adjustment is being held electronically and live streamed on the internet. Due to the COVID-19 emergency and requirements for physical distancing, no in-person attendance is permitted at this meeting. All regular practices and procedures of the committee continue to apply during this electronic meeting. If we encounter any technical difficulties, we may take a brief recess while they are resolved. Thank you for your patience, and we will now proceed with the meeting. Before moving into the application portion of the meeting, I look for any disclosures of interest from committee members on the application before us this evening.
No, none.
Seeing none, thank you. And if we can look for adoption of the minutes from the previous two meetings, we will start with the minutes from, pardon me. Sorry about that. The minutes from February 26th, 2020. Do we have a motion to adopt the minutes? Seeing Cecil and seconder Wasif. Thank you.
Sure.
Great. And all those in favor?
I was not here, so I'm not going to vote on that one. I wasn't in attendance for that one.
Thank you, Lori. Member Lori abstains. And minutes are adopted for February 25th.
26th.
Pardon me, sorry, 26th, yes. And moving on to the minutes from the March 25th hearing. We look for a motion to adopt the minutes for the March 25th hearing. Sorry, I saw Wasa first and a seconder, Mark. Okay, and all those in favor? And I was absent, so I will abstain.
But I'm also, only if I have a vote to be in favor, I was absent.
Okay, so the minutes for the March 25th meeting are adopted. Okay, the Committee of Adjustment is bound by the Planning Act to assess each application based on its ability to meet four tests: that the application is minor in nature, is desirable for the appropriate development or use of the lands, and finally is in keeping with the general intent and purpose of the official plan and zoning bylaw. The process for tonight's meeting will be conducted in the following manner. The applicant or agent will be called upon and at their option may provide a brief description of the minor variance application they have applied for. Committee members may ask questions of the applicant, after which anyone with a direct interest in the application will be given the opportunity to speak either for or against the application. Once a motion is put forward by a committee member, there will be no further input from the applicant or anyone having interest in the application. After a decision is made, notice will be sent out and there will be a 20-day appeal period. Anyone having an interest in the application may appeal to the local planning appeals tribunal within 20 days of the decision of the committee. After 20 days, the decision will become final and binding. If a building permit or other approvals are required, they may be filed during the appeal period. However, no building permits will be issued. A respectful decorum during this evening's proceedings is expected of all in attendance at all times. Beginning with introductions to the committee members, we have Mark Pavlik, Cecil Ramnath, Wasif Ahmed, Lawyer Roberts. I am the chair of the committee, Greg Whitfield. And continuing with town staff, we have Caitlin Grout, Secretary, Treasurer, and Senior Planner with the Town of Ajax. The first application for tonight's meeting is application A920 for 42 Knobs Drive. The variance requested is to permit a maximum driveway width of 5.4 meters, where the maximum permitted driveway width is 5 meters. Caitlin, was notice served and were any responses received?
Notice was served and no written responses were received.
Great, thank you. And before we move to the applicant, town staff have written a report recommending approval of the application, subject to 4 conditions within a staff report. The first condition is that the subject variance apply only to the property municipally known as 42 Knobs Drive, as shown on the site plan submitted with the application and found as figure 2 within the report, or the decision shall become null and void. 2, that the driveway widening apply only to the private side of the property, or this decision shall become null and void. 3, that the owner or applicant maintain the historical drainage on the property, or this decision shall become null and void. And 4, that the owner or applicant obtain all necessary building permits from the town's building services section, or this decision shall become null and void. Can the applicant or agent please state your name for the committee and provide a brief overview of your application?
Martha Matthew.
Thank you. And do you have anything you would like to add to the report or comments you'd like to make to the committee members in support of your application?
And I have nothing to add.
Okay, thank you. And do any members of committee have any questions for the applicant? Wasif?
Just to the applicant, good evening. Just wanted to know, are you familiar with the 4 conditions, and are you okay with those, or do you have any questions about them?
I'm okay with the conditions. Yes, I've read them over and over again and I understand what it means.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Great, thank you. Any other questions or comments from members of committee? Seeing none. And in that case, if we can look for a motion on the application. Cecil, sorry, did I see your hand, Cecil?
Yes. Yeah, I move to approve application A920, subject to all recommendations by staff, as it is minor in nature and it meets the 4 tests. I move to approve.
Thank you. And is there a seconder? Lori, second by Lori, and all those in favor? All members are in favor. Your application is approved, ma'am, subject to the
Thank
20-day
you.
appeal period.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. And that concludes the application portion of our meeting this evening. Moving on to any other or new business that either staff or members of committee may have. Wasif?
Just a quick housekeeping question in terms of following month's applications. Do we have any kind of an idea as to what volume looks like?
Through the chair, we did receive a new application yesterday, and then I believe there's 1 or 2 applications that have been parked for the time being that could possibly come forward. We will know more next week. We have our internal advisory meeting to determine which applications will go forward next month, but I can let you guys know once I determine which ones will be moving forward.
Okay. And if I may, Mr. Chair, one more follow-up question.
Absolutely.
Am I to just, are we to assume that we are electronic probably right through the summer?
At this point, yes, but things are changing daily. So we will keep you up to date if things change. But I think for the time being, probably for the rest of the summer, will remain virtual.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Any other questions or comments from members of committee or staff?
The sandwiches were great.
In that case, if we can look for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Oh, sorry, I think I saw Lori's hand up first. And seconder. Cecil, great, thank you. And all those in favor. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.